Today on Chasin the Sun, we look at the history of tarpon fishing in Panama City Beach.
Okay, so my heart's beating a little fast right now. Look at holy cow.
Tarpon fishing appeals to a special kind of person.
Oh, this is how the guys had to do it back then.
Come on!
We're trying to catch a fish that's really difficult. Swims in really clear water where they can see us.
The trolling motor scene kicked in and nobody was fishing for tarpon at home.
I've had guys literally just hug me. I've had guys jump off the boat, they get so excited. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh. Just the pure joy, one of the top tier things you can do.
Yeah, look at that!
There it is. Yeah, that's a good one.
Chasin the Sun is brought to you by Florida Water Sports. Get all you need for the water at fws.fish. Humminbird, simply, clearly better. Minn Kota. And by Pirates Cove Marina. You enjoy the Gulf, we'll take care of the rest.
You know, tarpon fishing appeals to a special kind of person. Everything is stacked against you. Because we're trying to catch a fish that doesn't really want to bite. So why in the world would somebody want to tarpon fish? We're trying to catch a fish that when you do get them to bite, their mouth is like concrete and the hook very rarely stays in there. If the hook does stay in, they jump and do backflips, and they're extremely powerful, and they can get up to 200 pounds plus. And
For decades along the Panhandle, tarpon were more legend than reality.
So when I was a kid, the only tarpon that you heard about, the old guys on the pier with the big mirror lures. But we never really saw a lot of tarpon, but then again, I was a kid. I didn't know what I was looking for.
Few anglers were fishing for them, and fewer still understood them.
Growing up here in Panama City, it's one of those things that I had heard about. I saw videos on TV, I saw magazine articles, and these giant fish leaping out of the water. And I always dreamed one day of catching a tarpon.
Growing up here, as much as we love to fish, occasionally we'd go chase the tarpon, but we always ran to the east. Ran down near Crooked Island, even much further than that, down towards Carabel and Lanark, to find those sandbars where the 10 and 12 tarpon in a school would run around on those sandbars.
Eventually I realized that we have tarpon here.
I remember distinctly, I had two of my best friends with me, got on some shots and finally got one to bite overnight, jumped a fish, grabbed him, got him boat side, and it was just like, that's all I really thought about much after that. Was like, hey, this is it. This is the direction I want to go with my career, with my life, and like that. These fish have me hooked, and this is what I want to target.
Chasing these fish in the clean Gulf water meant getting in the right depth and quietly sitting on a hook for hours.
8.5. Yeah, about for wrestling on the air.
Waiting for the fish to come to you is the traditional method for fly anglers.
That's it. Slow, slow, slow. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, come on. Oh, I got it. Come on.
It can make for a long day with few opportunities.
Oh my God. He wanted it faster though, didn't he?
He did. Man. It just was like a cat with a ball of yarn. Oh my goodness. It's about seeing the fish. It's about getting shots at the fish. It's everything that big game fishing is, but seconds of excitement. If you can get an eat or you can jump a fish in a day, that's a day. Trust me, that's a day.
It was about 5 years from the day we started trying to catch them until I landed my first tarpon.
Then things began to change.
Now we have this untouched fishery that nobody really knew was here. You have the right conditions, the right bait, and the right presentation, and you're going to catch tarpon out here in Panama City Beach. And that is something that a lot of people didn't even know existed.
The invention of the trolling motor was nothing new, but the ability to stay in place with spot lock and then reposition gently was innovation that moved tarpon fishing to a new level.
Early 2000s, trolling motor scene kicked in and nobody was fishing for tarpon at home. And there were some golden years where there was nobody doing it. I didn't have to share. 2006-7 is when the Minn Kota came out with the remote trolling, and everybody, now everybody's got one. But that was
it was frowned upon at first.
Oh, big time.
I can remember
on
the beach and everybody's anchored up, 5 boats in a row, and I'm sitting there on spot lock, and then you see a group of fish kind of cutting outside. What are you going to do, sit there and let them go up? Nope.
No.
Goes out, get a shot, and everybody's like, whoa, you can't do that.
The ability to move with stealth redefined the way we fish for them.
Now, with the trolling motors in modern day tarpon fishing like we do now, the real advantage is being able to get multiple shots over and over. Obviously, the more opportunities you get, the more fish you get.
Take another shot, and then we might try to get back to that group on the inside of us. These are pretty angry. So in tarpon language, what that tells me is I need a breath of air because I'm swimming really hard. Yeah, but hard to catch. Oh yeah, it makes them very difficult to catch. Next.
Any kind of like competitive fishing, efficiency is everything. And the technology that I have on my boat now it's not a magic trick. It doesn't catch the fish for you, but it does allow me to be way more efficient than we used to be. The trolling motor I have is quieter, it's stronger, it moves my boat quicker, it lasts longer, and that allows me to keep my boat in position. I mean, first off, just the tower, the height advantage. I have the tallest tower on this boat I've ever had, and that allows me to see. Side imaging, that was one of the biggest game changers for me, other than the trolling in tarpon fishing, was being able to find and see these fish on my side imaging. And then that way, even when I don't have great visibility, I can still see them and still catch them. My trolling motor, it deploys itself from the touch of the screen. All this is networked together in this one boat network. So now if I'm in the tower, I have a height advantage. I don't have to lose sight of those fish to go put my trolling motor in the water to get ready to get in position.
So I'd say I'm fortunate to get into the fishing game at this point and where technology is today. Trolling motors and electronics have just totally advanced over recent years. And I wasn't the guy that was sitting out on a hook, on the skiff, on the beach growing up. That wasn't really my style of fishing. By the time I got into tarpon fishing, I was using the trolling motor to my advantage. So if the trolling motor ever put out on me, it would take me back to those times of, this is how the guys had to do it back then when the trolling motors didn't exist. And, I'd stick it out on those trips and continue to try to catch fish without a trolling motor. And it can be done, but it is a whole lot harder than it is with that trolling motor. There's not a doubt.
So there's not one trick that kind of fixes all this technology for tarpon fishing. But if you use all these different technologies, how they were meant to be used, you now have created an advantage because you're way more efficient.
Panama City Beach sits at the crossroads of tarpon fishing styles.
The style of fishing I do, I'm staked out fishing. I fish on a buoy ball, we hook a fish up, unclip it, run the fish down, come back, get back on the buoy ball. It's completely different than the running and gunning style.
Run and gun, and I don't even like calling it that. I would say we were running the beach on the second sandbar out.
We'll go ahead and start riding down here, and then you'll see a roll. So we'll go ahead and just set up and wait on them.
My first instinct is that we were going to run right into the middle of them and start casting with our spinning rods. But that's not at all what run and gun was.
So the run part is trying to find them. You got to find that line those fish are swimming.
Wherever you go in the world, tarpon love edges.
Some days it might be 6 feet. The next day it might be 16 feet. And it just changes due to weather conditions. So you got to see the fish to figure out each day where they want to swim. That's the run part. Now let's talk about the gun part. I'm going to run half a mile past them, okay? And then I'm going to shut down and let everything quiet down. We find a little group of fish.
That's right. We would pull parallel to them, out and around them, and just hope that they carried on the same line, and they would eventually bump right into the back of our boat.
Like it's kind of similar to fly fishing, you know? You want to reel first. Now, once that rod loads all the way up, then I'll set the hooks. Okay. Yeah, but always reel first.
You know, one of the neatest things about tarpon fishing here is the St. Andrew Pass is almost the buffer, the barrier that changes the way tarpon swim and act. Everything east of our pass here, these tarpon generally are going to swim in shallower water. They swim slower, and they act more like what we would think of like a flats tarpon or bay tarpon.
St. Andrews Pass became the dividing line.
Like this is where all the happening's at. This is, you know, nightlife, restaurants, there's tons to do down here. If you go the other way, that's Shell Island back there, and there is literally nothing.
So it's just super dense.
All these people here, and then you have woods and nature and just nothing down there.
Incredible.
So once they come from the east, they go west of our pass, they act like a different fish. They generally swim in deeper water, and that might be because the water's clear. They tend to swim in bigger groups of fish, and they also tend to swim faster. And then they swim like that for the rest of the migration.
Yeah, so if I had to describe the what makes this tarpon fishing so special, the tarpon is one thing. I mean, just the emotional level of it all, from beginning to end, there's like never a dull moment in it. I mean, I've had guys literally just hug me. I've had guys jump off the boat, they get so excited. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, just the pure joy and the satisfaction you get out of it is one of the top tier things you can do.
Every summer, millions of tarpon begin a journey.
These schools of tarpon are making a counterclockwise migration through the Gulf of Mexico in the summer. And so what that means for us up here in the Panhandle is you have millions of tarpon that are staying down in Southwest Florida through the winter. And as that springtime warms up, they start working their way up the west coast of Florida. And there's many locations along the way where people fish them. What is neat is once they start making their way up here to the Panhandle, you know, they kind of get confined to our beaches. As they're working up the west coast of Florida, you have a lot of really shallow areas out in the Gulf. These fish spread out over large areas. And by the time they make it up here to the Panhandle, our beaches are fairly simple.
Here in Panama City Beach, the geography works in our favor.
You know, after our sandbar right out here in front of the beach, it just falls off to very deep water. So those fish don't stay on that deeper water as much. So we have a really good confined edge, and that's what we're looking for. That edge right here along this beach is what concentrates all those fish. And so we get that good migration of fish on a fairly predictable line down the beach. And then as they work past us, moving west, they'll actually start to cut back off the beach once they get into other states, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas, and work out into those marshes.
Most of these bigger fish are older than the anglers chasing them.
What other fish can you fish for half of your lifetime, and maybe it's the same fish? These fish can live well beyond 50 years old. What other fish swims thousands of miles migrating all through the Gulf of Mexico, through Central America, through the Caribbean, and then shows up year after year, the same fish, back here to see us again?
Yeah, definitely cutting out pretty quick. That looked good. See, I'll leave the bell and let them swim for a second.
Okay.
and then let them swing right into that pack.
Oh,
See, I swear they hear the bait hit sometimes,
maybe I need to.
which is usually not a good sign. but-
Good.
Oh, he missed me. Look, he's right on the surface. He's trying to get it.
You know, that final part, that face grab, that's my favorite part of it.
He's coming back. Look, right here on the surface. He got it.
Oh yeah, nice job.
Oh, go away, fish.
The unfortunate part, the angler, they get to do all the other parts. They're all amazing, except that last part of the face grab. Me and Meredith are close enough, and I wanted her to get that last part of the experience. I know she's caught thousands of tarpon. That first face grab that sounds like a simple task, she quickly found out is no easy task.
2 firsts out of Meredith McCord in one day. A spin conventional tarpon and a tarpon face grab.
Oh.
Not quite there.
I don't know.
You know something I've always really wanted to do?
What?
Just go swimming and grab them right there.
Like
On heel
where?
over for a sec. Seriously, I just want to go jump in. I'm gonna go grab them in the water. So I just thought it'd be a cool opportunity to do something different. I mean, as y'all can probably see, like anytime I can jump in the water with a fish and kind of see them in their environment, I'm gonna take it because usually I'm gonna learn something new from it. And even if I don't, it's always a cool experience. That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Chasing the Sun has been brought to you by Minn Kota, Florida Water Sports. Get all you need for the water at fws.fish. Humminbird, simply, clearly better. And by Pirates Cove Marina. You enjoy the Gulf, we'll take care of the rest.
Unwind is an elegant afternoon garden party that features craft beer, wine and spirit, and a taste of Panama City Beach. We love attracting our loyal visitors as well as in-visitors that come in and attend the event. You get a really cool taste of Panama City Beach because all of our local restaurants are here, showcasing their best food fare. We have more than 50 purveyors that come out and bring some of their best samplings for everyone. You never know what you'll see at Unwind, which is really the most exciting part.
I just don't know that you can name another fish that is accessible to everyone. Like I said, it doesn't take a multi-million-dollar boat or traveling the world to catch this fish. It just doesn't get a whole lot better. Meredith is the best female tarpon angler in the world. First tarpon she ever caught here on our beach. The fish runs right up to the beach, and there's a whole crowd.
Girls, y'all want to come see what this is?
Come paddle on her. Y'all can come look at it.
Come on, come look at her.
And then, as you start to get the fish close to the boat, you got to cheer.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're yelling up.
Yeah.
And they're invested too, because we're following the fish swimming down.
They're walking the beach. Yeah.
You follow the fish down the.
One of my favorite things about filming here in Panama City Beach is that you're actually fishing in front of a live audience. Literally a live audience anytime we head west out of the path.
As you can see, look at that thing. Isn't that crazy?
And it was neat. Like, she actually got in the water with the fish, and there's people everywhere. She's like holding the fish and like showing it to people in the water with her and stuff. And that was one thing that she had said, she's caught tarpon everywhere,
Never has a.
She's like, I've never had a cheer.
Yeah.
And I actually get to hold my fish in the water with hundreds of people here to congratulate.
Yeah.
They don't have teeth. I promise. They can't hurt you.
Just one of the few things I love about tarpon is just how unpredictable, how strong and powerful, how mean these fish are. And I will never forget, I'm just trying to let the fish go. We've high-fived, we're good, trying to release this fish, and he makes another jump like he's trying to attack me. And if you've never seen a 150-pound fish jump this close to your face, you just can't appreciate what a tarpon can do.
There is a lot of great tarpon fishermen in this area, some that have been doing it for a lot longer than I have. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough to get in the game when I did. I wouldn't say there's a best tarpon fisherman in this area. I know there's a lot of really great ones.
So if you want to catch the biggest, the fastest, the most acrobatic, the prettiest fish that swims anywhere in this world, come on to Panama City Beach. We have the best guides here for tarpon fishing, and I'll tell you what, we definitely won't guarantee it, but you'll have a good chance to catch one.